my kitchen. Today I got an amazing little recipe for you, vegan, right out of the Village cookbook, called Tourlou. Tourlou is a Greek style vegetable stew, almost like a Greek ratatouille type of thing. And it is so delicious, simple to make, and fairly quick. You should be done this in about half an hour, give or take, from start to finish. And all it has in it is just a few veggies, and it's flavored with pure play aromatics. Mint, dill, parsley, garlic, onion, the basics. And in this stew, I use fresh zucchini, eggplant. Well, in this case, I'm going to be using half of this mother here because this is like enormous. 1 onion, a couple of potatoes, about a pound of green beans, and some tomato sauce or crushed tomatoes. In my case, I'm actually using the diced tomatoes. I like a little bit of texture, but you can use whatever you like. So, first things first, to get our show on the road, let's fire this puppy up, get this preheating. Everything is just so simple. It's a one-pot meal, and I love these things. So what you're going to do very simply is take the onion, and you're just going to carefully just slice it up. You don't have to chop it if you don't want to. Keep it simple. All right, my onion is sliced. Next order of business is adding the olive oil. Now here's the thing. For this is part of what is known as a lavero dish, or olive oil based dish. So for this, don't go chintzy. You're going to need about a cup or so of olive oil. That is going to go into your pot, and then start with your onion. So I'm going to grab a slotted spoon and just give this a quick stir in here. It may seem like it's a lot of olive oil, but it's not. Believe me, it's really not that much, because in the grand scheme of things, the olive oil is part of the flavor profile. Next, I'm going to take a couple of cloves of garlic, and all I'm going to do is cut off the butt ends or the root ends, crush these down very simply, and the skins will just literally peel right off, and I get a great clean garlic clove. So that goes there. Throw these in my garlic press. Very simple. Perfect. Just like that. Perfect. That's going to go in there. Give that a quick little stir. And now we're going to season in layers. I'm going to take a little bit of kosher salt, a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper, and we're just going to keep adding as we build. Next thing to go in, 2 potatoes. They're like decent sized potatoes. What you want to do for this is have them bite-sized chunks. You don't want anything too big. You don't want this to take like 3 hours to cook. So you're going to give them like stew size. So as if you're making a stew. There, very simple. There, perfect. So now our potatoes will go in there. Oops. Fish that out. Give that another stir. This, as far as vegetarian dishes goes, is amazing. It's actually hearty. So now, perfect, just like that. So now, what do we got? Olive oil, garlic, onion, potato. Very easy. Here we go, this thing now. Eggplants. I wish I could grow eggplants this big. For this, I'm only going to use about half. This is like a 2.5 pound eggplant. So I'm just going to cut this down, just half it, very simply. I'm going to save this for another recipe because I love cooking with eggplant. Very, very awesome. And again, same deal. You're just going to take your eggplant and just cube it up into stew-sized pieces. Now, here's the thing. When you're cooking with eggplant, you're going to find, those of you who have some experience in terms of eggplant frying, they are like sponges when it comes to the liquid, like the oil or whatever they're cooking in. So don't be alarmed if your eggplant starts absorbing your oil, not a big deal. Just don't add any more oil because it's going to be like a brick in your stomach afterwards, and I speak from experience. So just keep cutting these up, and in this, a little goes a long way, you know what I mean? So you can play with the veggies. You can add carrots to this. I'm keeping it Puritan, so whatever kind of works for you is totally fine. So in go my eggplants. Look how this is filling now, how my pot is getting more. I feel like 4 or 6 people with this. Easy, 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 easy. Again, a little more salt, a little more pepper, and we just keep building our flavor profile. Next thing, zucchini. Now this puppy here, don't laugh and don't judge, it's from my garden. And again, same deal, you're just gonna cut this up and bite-sized pieces, going all through it as if you were making a stew. Perfect. This goes in just like that. One didn't want to get in the pool. All right, here we go. Give us a nice little stir here as everything kind of is doing its thing. Already, the flavors of the veggies are starting to come out. Fantastic. This is the next part of this, the flavorings or the aromatics. And for this, I am using a bunch of parsley. And when I mean a bunch, it's a Greek recipe. It's just a bunch. So you just want to just finely chop it without kind of cutting anything off. I'm going to take some broadleaf parsley, and again, same deal. You just want to just chop this up. Nothing too tiny, but nothing too big. Somewhere in the middle. I would call this probably a coarse chop. So this goes in there as well. Perfect. And lastly, the kicker to this is some mint. And mint in Greek kind of dishes like this is fantastic. It is absolutely awesome. It may sound weird until you try it, but it is that ultimate flavoring that you're gonna kind of taste in the background. So here goes this thing. Take some of these off. And again, same deal. You're just going to coarsely chop these up. All right. Our mint is going to go in there, just like that. And this is something, sadly, you're not going to find in too many restaurant menus. But if you know people that are Greek, you will definitely know this recipe if you haven't tasted it or tried it already. So my veggies are in there, perfect. Now, my green beans. Take a pound of green beans, just put them in your pot, just like that. Nothing to this. I'm going to take a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. They're going to go in here as well. And the trick to this is the water level should barely just cover the veggies. You don't want this to be a runny kind of mess that's kind of just gross. You don't want that. This is actually going to be the consistency of a stew. So we just put this in there like that. Bring up the heat. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring this up to a boil, reduce the heat, cover, and simmer for about 20-25 minutes until your desired veggie doneness or consistency. So if you want something a little more well done like Greek stew, you're probably looking at about 30 to 40 minutes. If you want something a little more Neapolitan and you want something a little on the fresh side and you want your veggies a little more al dente, you're looking at about 15 to 20. Totally up to you. So I'm gonna let this go and I'll see you back here in a little bit. All right, so it's been about half an hour or so. My Tourlou is absolutely ready to go. It's my kitchen smells like my mother's house when I was a kid growing up. Unbelievable. Perfect, perfect, perfect. The potato is fork tender. The eggplant, the zucchini is done. It hasn't become like mushy and gross. It's still holding its shape. Here's like a beautiful piece of eggplant you can see here. Magnificent. So, time to put this puppy on a plate. So, here we go. Now, I'm just gonna try a little bit. I love green beans. There's a little potato there. Now this is gonna be like hotter than Hades, but definitely worth it. Get a little bit of eggplant. Got zucchini there. There you go. Nothing complicated. I want to try this. Now, this dish here can be served as a vegan main, or it could be served as a side. Now, I'm also trying to stall it here to let this thing kind of cool down because, yes, I don't want to like incinerate my tongue. But you can serve this with meats, fish, poultry, whatever you like. Hey, make a couple of the keftedes, those Greek hamburgers, patties, and you are golden. So let's try a little piece of the green bean. Here's the thing. You're gonna do this with a nice slab of feta on the side and some fresh bread to mop up the juices with. You have a meal fit for a king, baby. So let's try this zucchini here. Ooh. Oh my God. The zucchini is so sweet. It's absolutely fantastic. The potato. The zucchini is fantastic. I mean, potato just melts in your mouth. Now this is a recipe that is so easy to make, whether you have fresh veggies from your garden or you use frozen, it doesn't really matter. Avoid using the canned because of sodium and sugar and yada yada yada, whatever. But frozen is fine as well. So my friends, that's it for this episode on Tourlou or Greek ratatouille or a Greek veggie stew. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Spread the word, share this video. It's so easy to make. You know, somebody commented that they're trying to get their kids to cook and, you know, kind of get involved in the kitchen. Recipes like this are absolutely basic and there's nothing to them. So, once again, I thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.